What's going on, guys? Brando back with another video. Today we're gonna be doing something a little similar to last video, but this time it's gonna be a shoegaze X Destroy Lonely type beat. Basically, kind of how to make mellow, kind of sounding melodies and beats for him. It's really not that hard. This is kind of inspired as a shoegaze melody. So yeah, the first thing we went into preset wise was we went into Spitfire Labs and got the Peel Guitar 2, turned up whatever this knob is, and then just like left the reverb off, and then like tightness is halfway up by default. And this whole melody is pitched 3 semitones down in the master, so it's not going to actually sound like it's supposed to. So this is what the chords we drew in are going to sound like right here. And then for effects on these, I didn't really do like a whole lot. I put on calf reverb in here, just like the default, turn up the room size and the diffusion a little bit so it can kind of give it more room. And then inside the master, I put on Unison Zen to kind of give it a little bit more pop. Turn on the imbalance so it has a little bit of that vinyl sound to it. Obviously turned up vinyl, and then the Ascend, which kind of fixes a little bit more reverb on it. And then we put like a low filter on here to kind of get some of the bass still in it, just so that it doesn't sound like completely hollow. And the next preset we went into to kind of layer the chords is just kind of like a, as you can see in here, like a rhythm kind of sound. We went into expand and got the Dirty 56 Strat preset, kind of a staple in a lot of my beats. I love this preset. And kind of messed around in the effects, put TDR Nova on it and took out some of the low end and high end to it. And then in the master, I put on Tall Chorus and put it at like half mix. Just so that I can kind of get a little bit more pop as well to the chords, and this is what it sounds like. And I just put that for like the normal triad, so you have, obviously you've got this triad, this one, and so on and so forth. Nothing too special. Then we've got our third layer for the chords. As you can see here, this is going to be an atmospheric preset, atmospheric 4, and multi-track arpeggios. This is kind of like a perk pack, honestly. We put like tall chorus on here. I took off a little bit of the volume and then stereo width and kept the mix normal. And then, as you can see, I put Valhalla Supermassive on here, put the default preset, fixed the delay a little bit, and then also, in the mix, I put on a widener to kind of give this a little bit more of pop, and this is what it sounds like. So, nothing too special, it's just kind of an atmospheric type of sound. Then we've got like our main guitar that goes under everything. That's kind of the lead to the second half of the hook. For this, we just put C-plate reverb on and Valhalla Supermassive. Again, not a whole lot you actually have to do inside the presets. And widener as well on this. And this is what the chord sounds like. So nothing too special with that. It's just the same repeated over here for the next 4 bars. And then the hi-hats, okay, a little different. Something new with this beat that I've never tried before is actually what's called D-Blue Glitch. Usually I use this on some melodies for like Homicide Gang type beats and a couple of Trippy Red ones. I just kind of gave it a little bit of spice to the hi-hats. I added a little bit of retrigger, delay, and then a tape stop here, and then it kind of picks up with a reverser, modulator, or a retrigger, and then a delay to kind of balance it out. And I think in the master, I also put on, let's see, yeah, I put on a couple K of just a tiny little bit of like EQ, and then I also put on C-plate reverb and took the mix down to like a third of it, just so it'll have a little bit of subtleness to it. And this is what the hi-hats are going to sound like. And for some reason in LMMS, it actually brings down when you pitch every single thing down. You can't just pitch individual melodies down. You have to pitch the whole thing down and then bring these up like 3. So like in the actual thing, this is what it's going to sound like. Completely different sound rather than the low sound it gives you there. All of your snares are going to be right here. Obviously, they're going to sound lower, but I'll actually play them in the mix here. And it doesn't sound horrible, but as you can see, we'll go into the legitimate sounds here. This is what it's going to sound like. And then for our 808, it's just a long 808. Didn't really do much here. I put on a little bit of Diablo Light just to kind of give it a little bit more clip and punch. Kept the mix up, and then wider to kind of make the 808 stand out a little more from the melody and all of these drums. And that's kind of it, honestly. I put for an intro, I just kind of put these sort of like actual acoustic drums, and then I alternated velocities for these, alternated no velocities for these. Just kind of a chill ambient type of intro. And then for the close hi-hat on the bottom there, I do believe actually in the mix I went in and put C-plate on this, yes. And for the stone, I actually went in and put on tall chorus, just to kind of give it a little bit more oomph and turn on the volume a little bit. So nothing like too special with this beat, but yeah. So this is what all of your drums are going to sound like. This is going to be all of your melodies together. So that's going to be it for all of your melodies and your drums. And in a second, we'll get to the layout. Okay, so we're at the layout now. I've got, of course, my tag, a filler drum for this intro section right here, and then, of course, a riser. Nothing too special for imported effects. Now, let's get to the actual intro here. So the intro is literally just going to consist of the main guitar chords that we have here. And nothing too special about those. It's just the same repetitive pattern for the next 8 bars. And then we bring in the distorted plucks with the actual chords and then our intro drums. And then, obviously, we have our hook. We have our hook, verse, bridge. Hook, verse, bridge. So on and so forth. And then, obviously, it comes to a close down here. Now, however, with this, it's going to be a little different because the drums in the intro are going to take up a little bit more space. So this is actually going to be one giant 32-bar section right here. So this is going to be your intro, 16. Your hook is going to be 16. Your verse is going to be 16. And your bridge is going to be 8. Nothing too special about that. So this is how everything's going to sound, guys. Let me know how you enjoy this video so far. Leave a like down below and comment what your favorite part of this beat was. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Okay.